What's going on, everybody? First vlog is up and live now, so you can go check that out. You know, for the amount of stuff that I knew when I was recording everything and editing it, I think it turned out okay for what it is. So I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody that has liked the video or shared the video or subscribed already. It really means a lot to me to have that amount of support. And going off of that, there's something I kind of wanted to touch on a little bit. So there's two groups of people that have reacted towards my announcement about being a full-time YouTuber. Half of you have said, "Hey man, I think that's amazing, that's great, stand behind you 200%. So thank you guys, really appreciate that. And then the other half kind of fall in the frame of thought like, Zach, you're too smart for this. And I understand. I totally understand where you guys are coming from, because if it was me, I'd probably feel the same way. But here's the thing. It's not about being smart. It's about being happy. And I'm happy. I don't mean this arrogantly. I really don't. But I can do any job. I can do any job. And if I can't do it, then I can learn to do it. I can flip a burger. I can run a cash register. I can stock a shelf. I can be a software engineer. I can learn how to do all of these things. I can learn to do anything. But I don't want to do all of those things. What I want to do is this. I want to do magic and make videos. So that's what I'm going to do. Doing YouTube, doing magic is not really, I guess, let's call it an acceptable career. If you were to ask someone, what do you do for a living? Or what do you do? What's your job? And they said, oh, I'm a YouTuber, or I'm a magician. You get kind of a, oh, or a laugh, or hey, that's really cool. But there's always that kind of, that restrained judgment of like, oh, are you serious? And sometimes people even say it like, okay, that's cool, but what do you really do? What's your real job? Those things, it doesn't resonate with them that that's a real job. It's like it's not really acceptable to do those things. Here's something that I want to kind of put out there. Being accepted and being happy are not the same thing. They're not. And I'll give you an example of what I mean. At my last job, I was pretty well liked. I got along with all of my coworkers. If they needed something, they could come to me and ask, and same thing, if I needed something done, or if I needed help with something, I could ask one of them for something. That's just the relationship that I had with everyone that I worked with. Everyone there enjoyed working with me, and I was accepted there in that environment. Just because you're accepted doesn't mean that you're going to be happy doing what you're doing. They're not the same thing. One of my favorite magicians, actually the guy that signed this deck, he said something one time, if no one hates you, then you're probably doing it wrong. You can be the best surgeon in the world. You can be the best doctor in the world. You can be the best medical professional in the world. Let's say no one's died on your operating table. No one's ever died. You've saved every life that's come into your operating room. You're still going to have people that don't like you. Whether it's because of how you practice, even if you're the best, or because you're better than them. You're always going to have people that don't like you and don't support you. That can't be your reason for not doing what you want to do, for not living your dream, for not following your dream. You're always going to have people that tell you you can't, Think about what you really want. You can have anything that you want as long as you're willing to work for it. But that brings me to my next point. Happiness isn't easy. If happiness was easy, then everybody would be happy and no one would be miserable. Happiness isn't easy. It takes work. Happiness is hard work. And a key point to make before we go too much further is I'm not talking about being clinically depressed and being mentally ill. And I don't mean that in a bad way. But I understand it. I was a psychology major in school. I understand that there are mental illnesses and that depression is a very real thing, but I'm not talking about being clinically depressed. Happiness is hard work. But if you want it, you can get it. I don't know the first thing about vlogging. I don't know anything about editing videos. I'm not a professional magician. Instead of saying all those things, just try it. Just try it. This is all totally new to me. But all I know is I love doing magic and I love making videos. And I put the gears in motion. I said, you know what, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do those things. And I've found a lot of helpful things on how to edit videos and how to be successful. And I've been following tips that people have been giving me. And I can tell a huge difference between the first vlog that you guys may or may not have seen. Go check that out. Cheap plug. And the second vlog that I've pretty much got finished already. There is a huge difference. There is a world of difference between those two videos because I've taken the time to watch and to listen to the suggestions and the comments that people have been giving me. It makes a huge difference. You have to make the choice to be happy. It's all up to you. And you have to understand that it's gonna take work, it's gonna take effort. What you guys end up seeing is a 10 to 15 minute video. But that video is shot over the course of hours, days, or even weeks. And if I show a trick to someone, and even if I get the most amazing reaction in the world from that trick, if the footage is bad, if it's filmed at the wrong angle, or if I fumble the cards, or if it's not right, then I can't use that footage. It doesn't matter how great their reaction is. It doesn't matter what they say. If they say you're the best magician in the world, it doesn't matter. I've got to scrap that and I've got to start over. And the next time I show that same trick, I may not get a reaction that's that strong. But that's just how it goes. I mean, you may film it and think everything's perfect. And then when you get back to your studio to edit it, it's worthless. And you got to start over. And then you filmed minutes or hours of footage that you can't even use. So it's not easy. But it's all about the amount of work that you want to put in. If you want to put the time in, if you want to put the work in, then you can be happy. No one says that you can't. Only you say that you can. You just have to choose to be happy. Choose to be happy. It's as simple as that. And again, I'm not talking about being clinically depressed. Go out and do what you want to do. Go out and do the things that make you happy. Because you can. You absolutely can. Well guys, I guess that about wraps it up for this one. Sorry to go on a long rant, but that's just something that I wanted to get out of my system, something I've been thinking about pretty hard ever since I posted my first video talking about doing YouTube as a full-time job. Vlog number 1 is up. I'll leave it linked somewhere, either in the comments below or on the screen somewhere. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Leave a like. If you like what you're seeing, go ahead and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Or if you're seeing this on social media, hit the share button. It really helps out. Thank you guys so much for everything that you do. Really appreciate it. And we'll be seeing you in vlog number 2 coming up soon. Peace.